This is the Fast and Furious flip car, and it's the newest car in Forza Horizon 5. In yesterday's video, I tried to do a flip with it, and it sorta kinda worked. In yesterday's video, though, I promised you that today we would jump into FH5. We're gonna try out the 240Z, Dom's Dodge Charger, and the Chevy Impala. We're gonna drive all the cars, customize all the cars, and then once we're done, we're gonna give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down to see if they're worth it or not. I really want to drive Jason Momoa's Chevy Impala. Somebody in chat says funny that nobody remembers the character's name, just the actor. I don't know if it's just me, but I do not know like a single character name in Fast and Furious. The only one is Dominic Toretto. Paul Walker is Paul Walker. The Rock will forever be The Rock. What is The Rock's name in Fast and Furious? There's John Cena. No idea what his name is. You cannot tell me you know what ludicrous character's name is. As I was saying, this is Jason Momoa's Chevy Impala. Now, it's not any usual Chevy Impala. This one's got a roll cage. It's got modified seats. Wait, what? Boys, it has a 10-liter engine? And you thought a Dodge Viper had a big engine. No, 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 no. It has 1,100 horsepower, and we need to do the most American thing. Take it to the quarter mile and see what we can do. So shift it up through the gears, up to second gear. This thing only has 3 gears, straight to the... Uh-oh. And it seems like it's tuned perfectly for a quarter mile. A 9.2 on the quarter mile. It's tuned perfectly. We do actually have some engine swaps for this thing. 1,500 horsepower V8 and 1,700 horsepower V8. Twitch chat was actually telling me that we can get more horsepower from the stock engine. I'm going to toss some twin turbos in this thing. That's nearly 1,500 horsepower. And then we're gonna upgrade those turbos. 1,800 horsepower and 1,900 horsepower. My first build with this Impala is gonna be a full send build. All-wheel drive, 1,900 horsepower, and mega thick drag tires. Yeah, they are actually drag tires. You can't upgrade them to drag tires. They are drag tires bone stock. We'll upgrade the front tires to get extra grip since we are all-wheel drive now. All of you guys are saying use this thing in rear-wheel drive instead. I mean, I can try. It might be a little sketchy, but I do have thick tires, so yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll try. How fast is this thing actually gonna complete our quarter mile? Is it gonna do a 7-second quarter mile and take on the Charger Hellcat Red Eye wide body Fast and Furious edition? Ooh, it does! A 7.7! Instantly, first try, we go faster than the Charger. Can we get a 7.6? That is the challenge. I didn't actually tune my gear ratios for the second attempt. Our gear ratios actually aren't too bad. Maybe I'll make them just a tad shorter. Never mind. 7.6 immediately. The fact that it's getting a 7.6 and it's rear wheel drive, insane. I just want to toss all-wheel drive on this thing quickly and give it one more go. All-wheel drive, attempt number 2. Is it going to be faster? Our gear ratios seem a little bit on the short side. They're not terrible again. We went across the line maybe like 5 miles an hour faster. We get a 7.4. Sometimes it's worth it being slower. Let's take this thing back to the festival, and I want to try turning it into a race car. I am on purpose going to make this thing slower. I'm going to drive it rear wheel drive. I've tossed the ugly arrow on it. Actually, it doesn't look too bad like this. Wait, what? I've never seen drag tires increase the PI over slick tires. How does slick tires reduce the PI? Yes, this car would be faster with all-wheel drive. I'm gonna go put all-wheel drive on. I've just come to the conclusion 1,900 horsepower is a lot of power. It was able to tell that the stock tires, even though they can't go around corners, was a better bet than the slick racing tires because they just spin constantly. But with all-wheel drive, it realizes that the slicks are the better option. Well done, Playground Games. Well done. Is this better now? Okay, better off the line. Oh, much better off the line. Still a lot of horsepower. It's really good in the straights. And really not good at... Move! Guys! Move! That was a certified skill issue from every single AI in this race. Doesn't turn. It really doesn't like to turn. Look, 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 look. If you want to turn a corner, you need to lift off the gas, turn the corner, and then wait between 2 to 3 business days, and then press the gas again. Look, it's good in these bits. It's fine for these bits. Jesus Christ. It's a scary car. It is. 150 miles an hour. We did a wheelie at 150. 200 miles an hour in fourth gear. Turn the corner. That's a death trap if I've ever seen one. Now that we've driven Jason Momoa's Chevy Impala, is it a thumbs up, thumbs down, or somewhere in between? It's a massive thumbs up. Not only is it the 3rd most powerful car in the game, and it's also driven by Jason Momoa. So it's a massive W. Probably my favorite car in Fast X. Car number 2 for today is this. It's got a massive turbo sticking out the hood. It's got all of the sponsors on it. It's got a massive intercooler at the front there. It's got a roll cage modified steering wheel. Oh, it does look sick. Let's give this car a go. The 240Z. There is a lot of controversy surrounding this car in Forza Horizon 5. And to be quite honest, I think it's actually for good reason. This car, please hold, is a 1973 Datsun 240. There already is a Datsun 240 in Forza Horizon 5, except it's like from 1969. It's essentially exactly the same as the one we already have in the game. You could literally recreate this car to about 90% accuracy or so. And then when you take into consideration that this car is part of the most expensive car pack that's been in Forza Horizon 5 so far, and you're essentially paying $2 for this car, it's a bit of like, It is still a very, very cool car. But is the car worth $2? That's the question. Hopefully, we're gonna answer that question. Across the line wasn't super fast, but now we can take it back to the festival and do some customization. Let's see what options we have for customization for this thing. We have no engine swap, no aspiration swap. All we can do in here is make it all-wheel drive. Now that I say that, this could be a really fun all-wheel drive race car, or maybe even a rally car. I know what I'm gonna say is going to be controversial, but I think that looks good. If I wanted to, rally tires don't drop the PI anywhere near enough to run this thing in A-class. I think this is gonna be a mid S1 off-road racer. I will give it upgraded race brakes. I'm no longer mid S2 class, by the way. I do have drift suspension. For now, though, we're going to toss rally suspension on and some weight reduction and then a little bit of extra horsepower. Maybe this is going to be the top of S1 now. It's 939 horsepower. Instead of 737, we have 939. Is our little Datsun going to be an incredible off-roader? Oh, wait, what is in that? Too soon, Junior. Bye. This thing is running 900 horsepower, probably with the turbo upgrade. Jesus Christ, the AI. With the turbo upgrade, you could probably get 1,002, maybe 1,300 horsepower. We'll come back to the customization shop in a second, and we'll turn it into a drift car because Datsun go sideways and go burr. I am thoroughly impressed with the Datsun's ability to go off-road. It's one of those cars that just has grip for days, jump drifts straight into a corner, rip the handbrake, and just keep carrying on. This might be the nicest car I've driven so far in terms of driving ability. Without a doubt, the nicest car I have driven in this DLC pack so far. Please turn. Please turn. Don't glitch. Kind of glitched. And across the line. Beautiful race. Easy P1. As an off-roader, incredible car. But let's be honest, a Nissan Datsun was built for one purpose. One purpose in my mind. To go sideways everywhere. I'm gonna ditch the splitter and the rear wing, even though I actually like the rear wing on this. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for drift tires on here, and I'm gonna go rear wheel drive. We're gonna treat this kind of legit. We might as well upgrade the turbo. 1,002. Give it a little bit more horsepower if I can. Fully upgraded engine now. 1,100 horsepower. That's not bad. 1,000 horsepower in a vehicle that weighs this little. This is probably not a good idea, boys. Anyways, I'm just gonna send it, and as we always do, hope for the best. So let's go, little Datsun, little Nissan, straight through the corners. Obviously, we've got a lot of practice on this drift zone when I drove it for 2 hours straight last week, so we can now use some of that practice for this. However, I'm not getting particularly good score with this car, if I'm honest. It's not doing too bad now that I say that. 170,000 points. We might be able to get near 200. Oh, 193,000 points. Considering that's a rear-wheel drive drift car, that's not... Yo, look at the anti-lag with the side pipe. Is it a thumbs up, thumbs down, or somewhere in between? Yes, I just did a 360 with one hand on the controller. That was pretty sick. A Nissan Datsun is a massive W, but we already have it in the game. That means it's a thumbs down. And if you balance both of those out, I think it's pretty mid. And it might be the best worst car in this update. Back to the festival. We have one more car to try out. Our fifth and final car is none other than Dominic Toretto's 1970s Dodge Charger. I will get this car to do a wheelie. We got to start this off with a quick little sound test. So let's take it to the tunnel. Cars with chop are immediately cooler than cars without chop. This might be a hot take as well. This might be one of the best sounding cars in the game. There are so many different layers to that sound. It's insane. You can hear the chop when you're just idling. You can hear the supercharger whine come on if you're driving in tunnels or you're revving it all the way out. And then it's got that like distinctive V8 kind of like rumble to it when you are just driving normally. We're gonna need this car to be as heavy as possible in the rear, light as possible in the front to get it to do a wheelie. No engine swaps, no aspiration conversion. I'm also gonna need drag racing tires for this to give it as much grip as possible off the line. My front tires are gonna need to be as thin as possible. I'm also gonna need the lightest weight wheels in the game, and we can put a fat supercharger, 1,500 horsepower. Are you kidding me? I am going to do everything in my power to get this to do a wheelie. If it doesn't do a wheelie, it's not a true family car. Rev it up, and away we... That's okay. That's okay. I might need to turn this thing into a bounce wheelie because I think this car is too heavy to do a wheelie. It really wants to be a wheelie car, but it has trouble getting up. I will get this car to do a wheelie, okay? We are genuinely cheating here now. Yes! I have a big brain! And we only had to cheat a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. In my defense, they cheated to do a wheelie in the movie. So I can cheat to do it in a video game. Look at it. It even kind of drives like that. Yo! Yo, it's sick! Oh, I died. Considering we haven't really built a race car in this, I guess we should build a race car with it. We're gonna build it like an OP Forza Horizon boy. All-wheel drive. This thing is already in the middle of S2 class. Other than those upgrades, I have everything else on it. I know everybody likes to go on about how Dom just goes drag racing and stuff, but I don't think there's ever been a drag race, maybe other than the first film, where there wasn't a corner in one of Dominic Toretto's drag races. Also, my gear ratios max out at 180. On one hand, yes, is a skill issue because I forgot to tune my gear ratios. But on the other hand is also a safety thing because this car is a little scary. Okay, move! Move, you plebby Trans Am. Fast and Furious, greater than that other film that I can't remember the name of it. Oh, man. We have 1,500 horsepower and all-wheel drive, and I've taken a corner and I've not crashed. That basically defies the laws of physics here. That is very un-Horizon-like of this. Look at the way the blower actually works. Every time I get on the gas, the blower opens up the intakes there. That's so sick. A black Charger with the engine sticking out of the hood will always be cool. You can call Fast and Furious cringe all you want nowadays. This car is cemented in history as one of the coolest cars ever made. There's been a lot of hot takes in this video, but I think what I'm about to say might be the hottest of hot takes. I have one more build I want to do with this, and it's to honor the best Fast and Furious movie, Tokyo Drift. The one film where this thing isn't in it. How many points do we think our big, bad Charger can get? Keep in mind, it's rear-wheel drive with sorta, kinda a meme tune on it because I have 10 gears. But I do have 1,500 horsepower. So, like we said before, send it, hope for the best. Even though I went in and built this thing kind of as a meme car, it drifts really nice. The thing with the Charger, right? It's a big, long car. It's got mega long wheelbase, and it just drifts really nice and smooth. Keep going. Nearly 500,000 points. Jesus Christ. The amount of smoke that this thing does. We might be on pace for a decent score, though, at the moment. We're not looking bad. We are looking very good. Still nearly a mile to go. Half a mile to go. Yo, we might actually be on pace for a mil. We might be. 700 yards. Keep going. Keep going. This might be a mil. Come on, Dom. Come on, Dom. Keep going. 970. Looking good. 980. 990. Let's go, baby. Rear-wheel drive, Dominic Toretto, 1,000,000 points for family, baby. I'm not even gonna bother asking the question. This car will be and will always be a fat thumbs up. And if you ask me personally, I think the DLC is pretty good.